friend. Welcome to the Daily Hope. Have you ever witnessed a shepherd with his sheep? I know it's not something we have a lot around here. My family does get to go to New Zealand in January, though. I'm excited to witness that relationship more up close and personal. But a shepherd with his sheep is usually moving slowly, and he's very calm. His presence alone keeps his sheep at peace. And when he speaks, they lift their heads because they recognize his familiar voice. He's walking in front of them and not behind them. He's leading them towards green pastures to feed in, still water to drink from, safe ground to sleep on. And when there's danger, he doesn't run. He stands in between his flock and whatever is threatening them. It says that he is our good shepherd. Our verse says, "I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep and my sheep know me, just as the Father knows me and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep." When I read this passage, I was struck by the invitation here by Jesus to be this intimate with him, to be known by him, and to know him in return is one of the greatest journeys of our lives. And a good shepherd tends to his flock. He feeds and waters them, guides and protects them, but he knows their individual movements, their sounds, and their quirks, and they know his voice because they've learned to trust it. And that reminds me that the more time I spend with Jesus, the more clearly I recognize his voice when he's speaking, and then I follow it. It always ends up leading me inevitably to more safety and more life, even when I can't see where the path is going. But Jesus here compares his relationship with us to the one that he shares with his Father, and that is a deep, personal kind of knowing. And maybe you're not used to or familiar with being known that way. Maybe it's a little uncomfortable for you. But when we see Jesus, we see the heart of the Father, and it is a love that is steady, a care that's constant, a shepherd who doesn't withdraw when things get messy or hard or difficult, but he draws near and calls each sheep by name. And then Jesus says something astonishing. He says, "I lay down my life for my sheep." He doesn't just protect them, he sacrifices for them. He calls this the greatest thing that love can do. That's the kind of shepherd that you and I have, one who gave everything to bring us close to him. So here's the question I've been asking myself, and maybe you can ask that too. Am I staying close enough to hear his voice? And so here's the challenge. Spend time with him this week, not to produce anything or perform or check a box to make yourself feel like you're doing what's right, but simply to know his heart. Because the more time that you spend with your shepherd, the easier it becomes to trust where he is leading you. He is your good shepherd, simply because you belong to him.